The divisional round of playoffs are here, and in Isaiah's first season with Arizona, things are going just okay. 11-5 on the year, facing the 8-7-1 New Orleans Saints. They're a team that was kind of barely into the playoffs, but they did win the wild card game, so here they are. Isaiah, stellar season. Maybe not stellar by his standpoint, but if you look at it in comparison to the rest of the NFL, it's not that bad, and it's honestly kind of great. So again, in comparison to the rest of the NFL, Isaiah was absolutely crushing it. Really, the only guy that had more yards per carry was Todd Gurley, but he only finished with 1,200 yards and 9 touchdowns. Isaiah, on the other hand, 1,979 yards, 21 away from being 2,000. On the season, 20 rushing touchdowns, 8 more than anybody else in the entire league, and he only fumbled 1 time. A couple of people out there did not fumble, but for people that got as many yards as Isaiah, he was doing just fine if you ask me. And to compare that to how he's done over the course of his career, his rookie year was 70 yards shy of 2,000. He had 2,100 yards in his sophomore season. His third year was 2,400 yards. The trajectory was going crazy. And then he went to Arizona. So again, being sub 2,000 yards for the second time in his career is not that bad. It is still one of the best running seasons of any running back of all time. And you look at how many touchdowns the dude has had. While it was a year down, it is still not that bad and one of the better ones of his career. From a receiving standpoint, Isaiah did take a step back this year as well, just in terms of total yards. So 30 for 520 in year 1, 40 for 610, and then 47 for 840 in his third year. This year, however, the most receptions he has ever had in a season at 52. Yards, 739. Not the 1,000 that he set out to get, but he did set his own personal record with 7 receiving touchdowns in a year, giving him 27 between his rushing and receiving marks. And don't forget about the work that he put in on the punt return side. His rookie season was 462 yards and 2 touchdowns. He didn't get a single touchdown in his second year. Third year, an insane amount of punt return yards is 717 with 5 touchdowns. And then this year, he took a little bit of a step back, 440 yards, 2 touchdowns. Still not bad overall. He had 29 total touchdowns this year, and we're here for that. You know how it goes once the postseason arrives. It is win or go home. And Isaiah and the Arizona Cardinals have no desire to go home. So they're going to go out there today. They're going to try to put on a big show. Kyler Murray, step up. Isaiah King Jr., step up like you've never stepped up. Because this team, they aren't quite great. They need some help out there. If there's one dude that can do it, it's that man right there. So you look at the divisional round on the NFC side, us versus New Orleans, Chicago versus Green Bay. Both of those teams will be tough if we advance, but don't look ahead. Focus on the here and the now, win this game, and make your team and your city proud. And we talked a lot about Isaiah on the punt return side. A little bit of a down year. Still had good production with 2 touchdowns, but not quite the volume that we're used to seeing from him. He's going to take one actually from the 1-yard line. You know, fella's feeling kind of crazy. Nice little spin move here. He's got plenty of room. A good juke move. He carries the defender down to about the 27-yard line, and it's a heck of a way to start the game. Lining up here, first possession on offense. Johnson and King Jr. both in the backfield. Johnson moves over to the left-hand side. Isaiah's going to take the handoff. Isaiah's got a little bit of room here. Goes up the middle and gets hit by the linebacker. Murray stays back in shotgun here on 2nd and 5 from the 32. Isaiah bounces out. Isaiah's cutting it back across. Murray's out here running like a madman. Because of the field, he's got a first down. He takes the hit instead of sliding, and he picks up a big 8 yards. So far, so good from both Isaiah and Kyler Murray. Couple of big yards in the ground. It looks like Arizona's going right back to the ground here in this one. A right tackle doesn't even block the guy, however, and Isaiah gets nothing. Arizona has yet to actually complete a pass now here in 2nd and 9. They're going to not pass again. Isaiah's got some room here, looking to skirt through. One guy in front of jukes him out of his shoes. He's got a guy running toe-to-toe with him. Isaiah's hit the 20, the 10, the 5. He's into the end zone with no one there. He says, excuse me. I got reservations for 6 at Chili's. That drive by Arizona to start things off was perfect. You ran the ball a whole bunch. It was beautiful, but you have to pass the football if you want to make sure you stay in this game and win it ultimately. Isaiah out here fielding some punt returns. Got some good movement going. He gets down. It looks like the 31, and they drag him down quickly. Arizona back on offense. A nice little 7-point lead here. Kyler Murray stays in shotgun. Isaiah to his left-hand side. He breaks out for a pass. Kyler Murray says, excuse me, I don't feel like running today. I'm going to juke you out of your shoes, slide comfortably, and pick up 9 yards. And honestly, if we continue to just run the ball like this, why even worry about completing a pass? 2nd and 1. Isaiah brings it around. Isaiah's out here floating instead. Max Williams is wide open down the middle of the field. He gets gang tackled to the 36-yard line, but the bad news is he's writhing in pain. I don't think we're going to see him for a little while. And it looks like an elbow injury for Max Williams. They were working on him a little bit in the sideline, but we have no idea if we're going to see him back. Nice little RPO action here to Isabella. Isabella picks up what looks like to be the 2nd completion of the game for now 29. Good news is no one was actually hurt on that pass, which is kind of what we want to make sure we do. Stay healthy. Max Williams getting hurt is big news because he is one of our best players out there. He's been blocking, he's been receiving, and he's going to be missed. Our hope is, however, that Max Williams is not injured for a long period of time. It's just maybe a couple of plays or a drive, or even in the first half. That would be honestly ideal if we could get him back sooner rather than later. Now, while we had no one hurt in that play, New Orleans did have their middle linebacker, the guy with the first tackle of the game, get hurt. And, well, that play just shows you why we're missing our tight end. I mean, to be honest, if our backup tight end doesn't even know where the football is and can barely catch it, that presents one heck of a problem out there. Isaiah getting some good blocks here. Got a guy in front, tries to truck him, and instead just gets turned down to the turf pretty quickly. Now, a lot of you guys also pointed out that it's not actually turf, it's real grass. So maybe we should have said real grass instead. But 3rd and 3, Isaiah staying in to pass protect. Ball's across middle, batted away by Lattimore there, and the Ohio State looks pretty good in that play. I think a field goal is coming up. Apparently, we have one of the worst kickers of all time because he missed the field goal. And while that's not a huge issue, if we happen to have a close game, it then becomes a major issue. Not getting 3 points there early in the ball game, not exactly ideal. Isaiah's punt return pretty solid down to the 44, and we have great starting field position yet again. It looks like our tight end is back in the game. Good to see Max Williams back from both the blocking and receiving standpoint. Isaiah out here with a nice little move. Isaiah, what the heck was that? This man is down the sideline, goes for the stiff arm, and they drop him at the 22, but that was a tornado spin move. Already back in field goal position, but as you can tell from the last drive, that may not actually matter. RPO action again. We got Isabella on the slant. He's going to pick himself up 8 yards to get close to a first. Wide receiver to both the left and right hand side here in 2nd and 2. Nice block pick up there. Isaiah's going to carry 2 defenders down for 3 yards, and he's got himself a first down again. King Jr. already has over 100 yards rushing on 8 carries today, thanks to that major touchdown run he had early, which have been our only points of the afternoon. Now, a guy in motion. Isaiah's out here looking for a block. He probably should have sealed the edge because Kirk had nowhere to run. That's a big tackle by Cam Jordan because, again, if he gets past that, Isaiah's trying to steal a block down the field. We might have had a chance to see Arizona go in for 6 there. Now, look at this. Speaking of 6 points, Isaiah's got one guy to beat, gets him out of his shoes, makes the man fall down. He's going to celebrate in the end zone. His 2nd rushing touchdown of the ball game. Now, while the television broadcast might have been talking a lot about the broken ankles on the field and how much New Orleans is having to tape up some ankles on the sideline, their offense actually went out there and put up some points, and they've cut the lead to 7 points now. Arizona has relied heavily on the ground game. It has helped them out a ton from both getting touchdowns and from getting themselves a little bit of chewed clock. Moving the ball down the field, David Johnson, nice little pass catch, picks up 9 yards. Though we're still early in the ball game, Murray is not throwing a ton of balls at the moment. 5 for 7, 43 yards. Not exactly what you want to see. He's throwing the ball here, and look who it is, our tight end who is back in the game. The elbow injury, it's okay for now. 2nd grab of the game for Max Williams. Good to see him healthy back out there, both for blocking and receptions. Isaiah makes a nice spin move again on a dime, but it goes nowhere. Sitting pretty close to midfield right now. Kyler Murray's in shotgun trying to make something happen. Got a guy to the left-hand side. It is Christian Kirk who cuts on a dime and picks up just enough for our first. Now we're seeing Kyler Murray starting to get into the zone now. We got to see that. Under 4 minutes left. Back to the play action. Isaiah with a crucial block. Kyler Murray with the guy deep in single coverage. He's going to catch that. Are you kidding me? What a grab by the receiver. What an even crazier throw by Kyler Murray to Deshaun Hamilton. And if you're New Orleans, right when you think you got him on the ropes, that is a punch in the gut. On the 18 now in the red zone. Well, halfback screen coming up. Isaiah's trying to find his move. Goes not where he wants to. It only gets forward. Couldn't find a block. We've also seen Isaiah outrun his blockers time and time again so far in his young career. And that's one thing that it looks like Kyler Murray wasn't too happy about there at the end of that play. Ball tonight here to Max Williams again. Max Williams trying to turn up. Max Williams, they say he is down at the 1 yard line. A heavy formation both offensively and defensively for both teams right now, and 1st and goal from the 1 yard line. 2-minute warnings coming up. Little halfback dive for Isaiah, and he is in to the end zone. It is time to celebrate with this team. He says, look, I'm carrying y'all. How about y'all carry me for one time? While we got a touchdown on that drive, New Orleans got 3 points of their own. So the lead is now 11 points instead of being 14. Isaiah coming out of the backfield. Oh my God, the juke move is incredible. Where was that defender going? Nowhere. Do have 3 timeouts now. We're going to start using them here shortly. Like a halfback screen coming up. Kyler's going to find Isaiah. Isaiah with a nice little move here. Another good juke move for Isaiah. He doesn't get out of bounds, though. It means Arizona has to use their first timeout, but they're in a really good spot at the moment. Big-time players make big-time plays, and right now Arizona has an opportunity to try to get some more points on the board before halftime. Isaiah's breaking out. No one is on him. They're going to throw him one, but Kyler completely overthrows him. and he goes nowhere. Murray's been pretty good so far about running and passing, but that's just inexcusable. You got a guy that wide open, you got to find a way to hit him. Now he does find Isaiah here as he bursts in the middle of the field. Isaiah gets down to a scary section for New Orleans to the 25. Our team is pretty much guaranteed a field goal here, assuming our kicker can actually be confident now. Ball is thrown, a nice little slant here to Hamilton. We're going to get that one all the way down to the 11. The best news we could get as we start the second half is that our kicker did make the field goal, so here we are, 14-point lead. Starting the second half, things are starting to look pretty good for our chances. We got to hold on to that lead, however. 2nd and 5 here. Kyler Murray feel a little bit of pressure from Cam Jordan, gets rid of it quickly, and that has been a huge part of our game plan today. Cam Jordan is one of those guys you cannot block on a consistent basis. He's going to get a lot more pressure than you could ever hope to imagine. We are doing such a good job of getting rid of that ball quickly, and he can do nothing to Kyler Murray. Great job by the offensive line and Murray by making quick decisions. After Murray hits a quick little check down there, we got 2nd and short. Well, halfback stretch coming for Isaiah. He's going to find his room. Isaiah's going to try to truck through a defender, and he does just that down to the 45. Side of the Saints territory at the moment. Playing action fake. Isaiah's on a wheel route. He was wide open, but Murray didn't even see him. And incompletion leads to 2nd and 10. Max Williams wide open across the middle. Kyler Murray's going to find him. Murray, however, can't turn it quite up the field to get enough of the yards that he needs. A big 3rd down coming up. If we can keep this drive alive and get points on the board, things are looking pretty dire for the New Orleans Saints. But if we can't, well, they're in a good spot. And Isaiah somehow goes up, grabs it, and secures it as he gets hit to the ground. Payne Jr.'s 5th catch of the game might honestly be the best he's had of the season. He mauled the receiver, got hit hard, fell to the turf pretty quickly, but somehow held on to it. You gotta love it. 2nd and 5 now from the 26-yard line. Isaiah at receiver's gonna move over a little bit here. Murray hikes it. Got Isaiah on a wide receiver screen. Beautiful move out of the backfield, but he gets hit quickly and down on the ground. 3rd and 5, however. Field goal range. Again, Kirk across the middle. Reliable hands and a great pass from Kyler Murray. This drive has literally been going on forever right now, and we got a chance to cap it off with a touchdown. Johnson on the left-hand side. Halfback toss to Isaiah, who does not get a block from his left tackle and gets creamed on that play. Only 1-yard gain there. Trying to get some more yards coming here. Little halfback toss. Cam Jordan right there. Isaiah with the spin move. Isaiah breaks another tackle, and he gets 4 big yards that were a lot more difficult than he imagined. 3rd and 5. Arizona has been playing it safe, but they need to get into the end zone to put their foot on the necks of the Saints. Kyler Murray's running wild. He's going to slide short of the 1st down marker. I got a feeling, however, it's going to be holding on the offense here, and that is what it looks like. Holding on Mike Vasher. They're going to accept that one. So at the start of the 4th quarter, we do get the ball back here. We've been dominating time of possession, and we have a 14-point lead as we start the 4th quarter. We don't want to watch that one vanish at all. 2nd down after a pretty much failed run for Isaiah. Well, halfback screen here with the lineman chasing him out of the backfield. A nice move, a cut, and he gets out after 7. What's kind of wild right now is that the Saints are typically a top 10 team in getting pressure on the quarterback and converting that into a sack. And right now, they have got a single sack on the ball game. Kyler Murray continues to find holes in this defense as well. Each 1st down, each completion keeps that clock running and makes it a lot more difficult for New Orleans to do anything. But 47, who was hurt earlier, comes back with a big tackle. 2nd and 12. Kyler Murray hands it off to Isaiah, who's finding a seam through the middle. Isaiah's going to get that 1st down, weaving in and out of traffic. You cannot get a hand in this man when he's moving that quickly, that agile. It's impossible. Again, how demoralizing for this New Orleans Saints defense. You got him right on the ropes. You're trying to put a comeback up here. Your offense is itching to get back on the field, but yet they can't because Isaiah King Jr. is killing them. 5 minutes left in that ball game. That incomplete pass is not helping us out too much. We're going right back to the run. Halfback toss to Isaiah. Looking to get something moving. He's got it line out here. He's got a juke moving. He's carrying defenders, and he's down to the 30-yard line, almost at 200 yards rushing. If you need something done, you need a job done, you give it to that man right there. 2-7 out of the backfield. Another solid carry for him. Picks up 5. Saints are queuing on the run a little bit too much right now, so we're going to try to go to a pass. 2nd and 5. Isaiah's open, but Max Williams with a ridiculous one-handed grab, defying logic. Unbelievable. Probably saw that stat there. Our team is last in the entire NFL in passing yards per game, but so far, Kyler Murray says, I don't care about that stat. We're putting up numbers today, baby. Isaiah gets himself inside of the 5 and down to the 4. 200 yards exactly on the game. 2nd and 2, an opportunity to put this game away, seal their fate into the AFC Championship. Isaiah's out to the edge. He's going to go into the end zone completely untouched. Looking like prime time out there, says, excuse me. got some dancing to do. 4 rushing touchdowns on the afternoon. Nothing short of incredible. That man right there, the human cheat code. The Saints have turned the ball over, and Isaiah's got an opportunity to do something that very few players, if any, have done in postseason history. Let's go for 5 touchdowns. Isaiah's got an edge here. He jukes inside. They chase him down, and he's down to the 3-yard line. Number 5 might be coming up. First and goal from the 3. Kyler Murray back at shotgun with Isaiah back there. They're looking there. Isaiah's going to let his teammate Christian Kirk, however, the unselfishness. He says, look, you can give it to me. I got 4 of them. Mr. Kirk, though, he deserves himself a touchdown. Let's get him the ball. And that's it. The Saints and Sean Payton, not so happy. Isaiah went out there and did his thing. 4 rushing touchdowns, a bunch of receptions, and some crazy plays. It'll be all over SportsCenter tonight. Looking over the stats, Kyler Murray had one heck of a ball game today. He was efficient, 24 for 29, 238 yards, 1 touchdown, no picks. I'll take that, because the opposite is Neil Waldron, 10 for 17, 119 yards, and not a single touchdown. Not exactly ideal. On the ground, Isaiah had 27 attempts, 224 yards for 4 touchdowns, and averaged at 8.2 yards per carry. Now, Kamara did do better with 9.2 yards per carry, but not as many touchdowns. He had way more broken tackles, but I think we'll take Isaiah's stat line and his team's outcome every single time. And in the air, Isaiah led everyone with receptions, 7 for 67. No touchdowns for him on the afternoon, but no drops either. Max Williams, who got injured, came back later, 5 for 71, and Christian Kirk, 5 for 25, and a touchdown. Gotta love it. After the game, Isaiah and his team have to be incredibly happy. It was a blowout, 41-13. Not only did Isaiah dominate the entire game, he was selfless at the end. He gave Christian Kirk an opportunity to score, and that's building a lot of camaraderie right now. If this team keeps playing like they're playing with Kyler Murray firing on all cylinders on the ground, through the air, Max Williams throwing great blocks and big catches, and Isaiah just being Isaiah King Jr. in the NFC Championship, whether it's Green Bay, whether it's Chicago, if you're playing like this, it doesn't matter, because it'll be Arizona going to the Super Bowl. That's all that matters.